Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you are. My name is John, or Last Frontier Bricks, and this is my review of the Mega Construx Halo Chopper Takedown from 2021. It has been given the product code GYG58, comes with 203 pieces, including 2 figures, and retails on Amazon for $30. It is part of the Halo Infinite line, as you can see from the bottom right corner, and also part of the 2-in-1 wave, although I will only be focusing on the main build. Although, well, the secondary builds don't look too bad for this one. The box art looks right out of Halo, with the chopper front and center, with our Spartan Fred 104 taking some pod shots at it from a machine gun. Top box art shows the Mega Construx and Halo logos with both of our figures, Fred and Escharim, who, as I understand, is the main villain from Halo Infinite. So that's nice to get the main villain in a $30 set. The left side box art shows off both Fred and Escharim, along with the main build at the bottom, and the right side shows both the main build, the main build, and the 2 secondary, and the 2 2-in-1 builds. On the back, you get a good look at the full set, naming the 2 characters. Another nice shot of the chopper and the machine gun. Plus, you get your three accessories: your Spartan laser, gravity hammer, which is actually the first time I get a gravity hammer, plus 3 shots for Fred's machine gun, again with the 2-on-1, and one of the main functions with the chopper, and a couple more Halo Infinite sets. Once again, like all the other Mega Halo boxes, this is one of the ones where you can open it without destroying the box, so let's go ahead and do that right now. Alright, and almost, there we go, that should do it. Yep, there we go, opened up, and we are good to go. So let's see, we got 1, 2, 3 bags, and 1 instruction manual. Instruction manual shows off both the main build and the secondary build. And then just jumps right in with the build. And let's see, back shows once again the function with the chopper. There's your parts list, and once again a couple ads for the other sets. So I don't think this will be too long a build. So let's go ahead and get started with the time lapse of the build, starting right now. Alright, the build is done. That actually took quite a bit longer than I thought it would. I thought this would take me, I don't know, 15-20 minutes. Instead, it ended up being about 40-45. But I think, just take a look at this thing, the end results speak for itself. This thing looks pretty good. So, we will start off with the review, starting, as usual, with the 2 figures. And for our first figure, we have Spartan Fred 104. Alright, as I already have Master Chief in both the Silver line set with the Fleet Warthog and the Halo 3 version from Flick Firefight, Fred officially makes the second member of the Blue Team I have. I honestly thought, with the helmet design, I honestly thought he was an EOD, similar to Vanek, from the Fleet Mongoose. Warthog? Why do I want to say Mongoose? Anyway, this is actually known as the cohort armor for the Mark 6 variant. As you can see, he's got his number 104 right there on the chest. The visor looks pretty darn good. I don't really see any real spillovers. I definitely like the shine on it. I mean, the rest of it is pretty basic. It's a Mark 6. It's something we haven't seen before. Although I do like the extra black they put in on the torso right there. And as you can see, he's got a Spartan laser in, I almost want to, I'm not sure if I would call that a dark green or is it like a green-gray mix. And once again, and as both figures come with, a simple plate, definitely for stand. This one is I'd call it a medium light or a medium nougat. Maybe it's supposed to be in a desert setting. I don't know. Anyway, he looks pretty good. And for our second and final figure of this set, we have Escharum, the big bad, the final boss of Halo Infinite, which is really nice to be able to get in a cheap $30 set, which is quite unlike what LEGO usually does. Think like along the lines of like Emperor Palpatine or Thanos. Those guys usually only pop up in sets that are in the triple digits. So again, getting the final boss in a set that's quite a bit cheaper, quite a bit easier to get a hold of, is definitely a win move. It looks pretty good. It honestly looks pretty good. I do like the extra brown markings on his forehead, plus his beard, plus some nice detailing in the mold as well. Like, you take a look at the guy, he's actually pretty old for a brood. So adding all the extra details like the age markings definitely looks really good. His armor is good and bulky as it should be for a brood, with some nice red and metallic silver markings over like the waist and the torso have good amount of red, as does his gauntlets, and he's got some good metallic silver on up around the rim and also on the shoulder pads. Also a good amount of red markings in the back. And his weapon is a first for me for these Halo sets. It's a gravity hammer. However, this isn't Escharum's weapon in the game. I'll see if I can get an image of that one, but this isn't actually what he uses. So a little disappointing that we don't get his signature weapon. It's quite a bit different than this, very unique, but it does look pretty good. I do like all the markings on here. Or it's got a very clear place where the handle is. Actually, it kind of reminds me of a Lego Star Wars lightsaber hilt, but it does look like a pretty good weapon, pretty good figure overall. And there is a simple little side build alongside the chopper. It is a machine gun turret for Fred. It's a pretty simple build, only 6 pieces, but it works pretty well. And so it's similar to the one you get with the Scorpion Clash for the Covenant, only it's for the UNSC. Only with one exception. For this one, this is at a much more reasonable height for the person who is supposed to be manning it. Don't know if I can get to where, well, maybe I might be able to get to where it looks like Fred's actually manning it. If I can get his hands to attach. There we go. Alright. Yep. There we go. That's alright, come on. Now let me get his feet back attached. There we go. Alright, see that is a much more reasonable height for the turret than the one that came with the Scorpion Clash. And it does come with three shots for the spring-loaded shooter in yellow. Oh, and it works just like all the others. Just pull back on the trigger and it works just fine. So, nice little addition. Nice to be able to give Fred a little bit more firepower against that chopper. And here is the Banished Chopper. You guys know I'm a fan of this vehicle. I mean, come on, the Halo 3 version of this vehicle is one of the very first vehicles from the 2K Drive Community Creator Hub that I showed off. But I gotta admit, as much as I like the black and brown coloring of the Halo 3 version, I love the Banished coloring of it even more. That red and gray combo just really makes it pop but which is why I just love the banished. Why I've really gotten to love the banished vehicles. The coloring just really makes them stand out, and I gotta say they've done a pretty good job a bit in incorporating that color scheme into the chopper. Like all the red and the gray, just like I said, it just really makes this vehicle pop. And it's got some this one's got some pretty cool functions. It does have the chopper ability of being able to twist the front section with the wheel for in order to make it make it look like it's turning. So that's a really nice function. The wheels don't really they spin pretty well. It doesn't really work all that well on hard surfaces like this. Actually, you know what? It's actually gotten to where it's actually not so bad, but it really works really well on carpet. So it does function pretty well if you're getting this for play. The cannons are a reuse of the cannon mold for the Ghost of Requiem, but they work pretty well here as well. They're pretty similar. The transparent pieces are a nice touch, give it that hover ability. They also provide two 2x2 transparent blue bricks to stand on it for a stand to give it a bit more stability. Yeah, it doesn't really have any firing functions. And so, but like I said, this thing works pretty good. Plus, it does have some good amount of printed pieces. I really like these pieces here, where it looks like the chopper's taking some fire. Like you can see like the bullet markings, plus all the scrapes up here are fun. Like it's getting hit by all the debris that the chopper wheel is just digging up. Also, there's another. This guy is nice little touch. It's just like a little bit of yellow to the red and gray marking. I will say that the front part was a little difficult to put together. Like the pieces are actually in there pretty tight, so it took a while for them, to attach the way they were supposed to. You may not have noticed that in the time lapse, but the end result is a nice touch. I also like the transparent piece here, where I think it's supposed to protect the driver from all the debris the wheel is chopping up. And let's go ahead and get Escharim on there. It does have a couple of handles on there for him to grab onto. Also, I almost forgot another printed piece where he's got a printed control panel on there. I have no idea how they managed to get that into such a tight area. I've never even seen Lego be able to do something like that, whether it be with prints or stickers. But it's very impressive that they managed to do that. Also, you do these areas are on clips for. Well, I think those are supposed to be like stabilizers for his feet. Let's go ahead and get them on there. See. First time doing this, so his arms are a bit stiff, but let's see. Adjust his feet a little bit. There we go, that's one. Whoop. As you can see, he does sit on there pretty well, even with only one hand, so he can have his gravity hammer in hand. There we go. Alright, hey, that actually looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, that looks good. He looks great on there. It doesn't really seem too oversized, unlike Lego tends to do with some of their figure vehicles, like say for example the Captain America and Black Widow's motorcycles. Like, those are definitely a bit oversized for Lego's minifigures. But this one actually doesn't look too bad. I mean, part of that might be because, you know, Esrim is a brute. He's supposed to be, you know, oh, he's big, so nothing really seems too big for him. But yeah, this thing looks pretty good. It's a fun little vehicle. Definitely accurate to the source material. Looks great. And here are all your extra pieces. As I mentioned, you do get 3 shots for Fred's machine gun. Nothing too crazy out here. Piece-wise, like just a couple like tiles and clips. Like I said, nothing too crazy. He buds a decent amount, and nothing overkill when it comes to extra piece-wise, unlike some other mega sets. So that's everything in the set. Let's move on to my final thoughts. So for $30, I think I got a pretty decent set. And again, getting the main villain Esrim, the main villain from Halo Infinite, is definitely a plus. Not so you don't have to, go, spend an arm and pay an arm and a leg to get a hold of him. If you really want him, which I can understand people want him. The main baddie, the final boss. In-game Fred in Infinite is a nice touch. The machine gun, like I said, is a simple build but functional, and unlike the one from Scorpion Clash, actually fits. It's the size, the figure size-wise. Again, the Banished Chopper is just a wonderful build visually. It's functional pretty well for play. It's gonna look great for display. This is a pretty decent $30 set for Halo Infinite. Not bad at all. I think I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10. I can see where, like some people might want an extra figure too, which I can understand. And they would help pad out that $30 price point a bit more. Well, but for what you get, I think it's pretty decent. I actually quite enjoy it. I'm very glad I got a hold of this set. So that is my final thoughts and everything I have to say on this set. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you guys enjoyed it, you guys know what to do. You can check out some more of my content on the end screen in just a few seconds. And I'll see you all in the next video. Later, everybody!